Thanks for joining us from the Ohio AgNet Voice You Know It, the News You Trust studio, sponsored by Grain Equipment Company, where innovation meets execution. I'm Dale Minyo. Well, if you've got plans this week, a lot of it may depend on the weather, so let's check in. Today's forecast brought to you by Seed Consultants. Simply better performance online at seedconsultants.com. Here's the forecast.
Very warm, very humid for the balance of this week. I'm Chief Meteorologist Ryan Martin. Quick forecast update for you here in Ohio. This warm, muggy air is going to trigger shower and thunderstorm action off and on. I think the hot zone for activity is going to be afternoon and evening, but I won't rule it out at any point over the next 3, 4, 5 days or so. I think we have to allow for the pop-up thunderstorms through the end of the week. For the week total, I think we're looking at 1/2 to 2-inch rainfall totals with coverage at around 90% of the state of Ohio. Should be precipitation free from later in the weekend into early next week. I'm Ryan Martin.
And thanks, Ryan. Powered by Soy Biodiesel. Tomorrow, I'll be heading over to Cargill at Sydney for the Ohio Soybean Association Hometown Tour. The breakfast starts things off, a dynamic program designed to enhance your operation. You can register. It's a free event, and you can register at soyohio.org/hometown. Well, the Biden administration should set fair and reasonable criteria around farming practices for farmers and refineries seeking tax credits for sustainable aviation fuels, the National Corn Growers Association said in comments submitted last week to the U.S. Department of Agriculture. Now, they say to produce qualifying fuels under the standards set by the U.S. Department of Treasury, biofuel producers must show they have lowered their carbon intensity score. One way to do that, according to the guidance, is to use feedstocks grown using climate-smart agricultural practices. Corn growers have raised concerns about bundling specific practices that may not work in certain regions of the country. Corn growers produce a commodity that will help the Biden administration meet its ambitious climate goals, said Harold Woolley, NCGA president. Corn growers have raised those concerns about the bundling effect, and the one-size-fits-all standard for attaining tax credit will be hard for us to contribute to the president's grand challenge, Woolley says. Also, a federal appeals court vacated Biden administration's reversals of small refinery exemptions to the renewable fuel standard in a judgment handed down Friday. The federal appeals court vacated action taken by the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency on small refinery exemptions to the renewable fuel standard. The U.S. Court of Appeals for the District of Columbia Circuit sealed its opinion in the case for 7 days, but issued a 2-page judgment that appears to side with refining companies, so the number of exemptions affected is unclear. In a joint statement following the court's ruling, the Renewable Fuels Association, Growth Energy, and the American Coalition for Ethanol, all of whom intervened on EPA's behalf in the litigation, said they were disappointed in the ruling. We are extremely disappointed in this decision to vacate and remand EPA's denial of dozens of small refinery exemption petitions, the groups said. Back with more after this.
In any year, your best harvest is only a few upgrades away. Seed Consultants exclusively serves the Eastern Corn Belt, combining our deep knowledge of local conditions with high-performing products fit for your acres. Most importantly, our customized services put our products and your business in a position to succeed. We help you start with better to grow your best. Visit seedconsultants.com to learn why our products and services are simply better.
Did you know soybeans' #1 customer is animal agriculture? That includes Ohio's beef farms. Research from the Soy Checkoff found that U.S. beef operations use over 1.3 million tons of soybean meal every year. That's the meal from about 55 million bushels of U.S. soybeans. Essential protein, energy, and amino acids. High-quality feed for heart-healthy beef. Soybeans, feeding the industry that feeds us. Brought to you by Ohio soybean farmers and their checkoff.
Today's market's brought to you by Seed Consultants. Simply better performance online at seedconsultants.com. Not a pretty day at all on the markets. September corn down 3 1/4 at $3.91 1/4 cent. December down 3, now at $4.07. The August soybeans are down 37 at $10.40 1/2. November down 26 1/4 at $10.22 1/4 cent. So beans in the last 2 marketing days so far have dropped between 50 and 60 cents. September wheat squeaking out a penny and a half higher at $5.25. July 25 new crop is up 1/4 cent at $5.87. In livestock, August cattle 188.55 down 2 cents. October down 45 at 188.10. August lean hogs, $91.40, down $2.07. October 75.25, down $2.95. The September feeder cattle down $1.10 at $258.50. October down 67 cents at $257.62. Also powered by soy biodiesel on Thursday. I'll head back to the Ohio State Fair. We'll be at the Hog Show, courtesy of Kalmbach Feeds. Thanks for joining us. Have a great day, everyone. I'm Dale Minyo. This is the Ohio AgNet.